Arian was such a child who did not talk much to any stranger or even to his relatives. Nor did he know how to mix with anyone other than his father, but in the CCTV footage, Arian allowed a completely unknown woman to come near him, even allowed her to kiss him. Rohit found this very strange. Rohit was wondering how this happened. Arian was repeating the same thing again and again. Want chocolate ice cream. I want chocolate ice cream. On the other hand, Anika had reached Gileria House. Her own house, Gileria House, was in ruins till 6 years ago, but today when Anika stepped into the main gate of the house, she saw that the appearance of the house had completely changed. The garden had become green again, and in the middle of the same green garden, there was a magnificent fountain with colorful lights. As soon as she entered the house through the main gate, Anika realized that a party was going on inside the house. Standing in the garden, Anika saw that their young boys and girls were seen dancing to English songs. There was a board put up somewhere on which it was written, "Happy Birthday, Kamini." The birthday party of Kamini, i.e., Anika's younger stepsister, was going on. Just then, the sound of a girl pleading came from some corner of the garden. Anika turned in the direction of the voice and saw a girl lying on the ground. As soon as the girl got up while cleaning her clothes, Anika remembered that the girl was Preeti, Anika's aunt's daughter. Next year, I will become Miss Himachal and after that Miss India. Will you still say that your Anika Didi is more beautiful than me? Scared, Preeti said in a low voice, "Yes, Anika Didi is very beautiful. Yes, Anika Didi is the most beautiful." Kamini had Anika's old photo in her hand. She was asking questions about showing the photo to her friends. Look carefully at this fat lady. This crazy Preeti is saying that this fat lady looks more beautiful than me. Now you guys tell me, whoever finds this fat lady beautiful, she must be a mad person, right? Preeti, who has fallen on the ground, says in a low voice, "Anika Didi is really very beautiful. She is just a little overweight." But on this Kamini became furious. "You stupid girl. Do you even know what beauty is? Looking at me, looking at my face, looking at my body, this is the beauty. On top of that, I am a medical student and this year I am Miss Manali competition." She has also won. Everyone laughed after hearing Preeti's words. Kamini, walking with great style and attitude, said to everyone, "Okay, let's do one thing. Let's vote. You have to vote who is more beautiful between this fat person and me, okay?" Saying this, Kamini took a cigarette lighter from one of her friends and lit Anika's photo with it. Anika, standing at a distance, was silently watching all this. Kamini mixed the burnt photo pieces in a glass of juice and said, "So guys, are you ready with your votes? So tell me how many votes." All Kamini's friends raised their hands in the air together to vote for Kamini. Poor Preeti. "I got all the votes, but you lost. Never mind. Now if you have lost, then you will be punished too. So your punishment is that I use the ashes of the burnt photo of your beautiful fat sister. I have mixed it in this glass of juice. You just have to drink this juice." But as soon as Preeti refused to drink that juice, Kamini held Preeti's mouth with her hands and pressed her cheeks, and Kamini tried to force Preeti to drink that juice, but before that she poured the juice in Preeti's mouth. Before she could put it, at the last moment a hand comes in between and catches Kamini's hand and stops her. This hand was Anika's. Anika had held Kamini's hand so tightly in anger that Kamini screamed. Motherless Anika had received motherly love from Sakshi Bua in her childhood, and Preeti was not Anika's cousin, but a real younger sister. Anika was moving towards Preeti when she felt that Preeti's condition was not good. It seemed as if her friends had been making fun of her for a long time, and Kamini was the leader of all this. With a glass of wine in her hand, a red backless top, a black miniskirt, and golden high heels, Kamini looked no less than a glamorous model. Before Preeti could get up properly, Kamini caught Preeti by her wrist and threw her back towards the ground. Anika snatched the glass from Kamini's hand and said, "Winning and losing are decided after the game is over. And the game is not over yet." Anika picked up Preeti, who had fallen on the ground. Preeti looked at Anika's eyes carefully. Preeti recognized these eyes, this voice. She understood that this girl was none other than her sister Anika. Preeti took Anika's name and immediately hugged her. Seeing this, Kamini was very happy. She couldn't believe her eyes. She couldn't understand how Anika, who was 120 kilograms yesterday, started looking so fit, fine, and gorgeous today. How did this miracle happen? All Kamini's friends standing nearby were also surprised. Friends started talking among themselves. The first friend said, "Hey man, how did this Anika become so beautiful?" Another friend said, "She looks like a heroine from a movie." Another friend said, "My God, she looks so gorgeous." After listening to everyone's conversation, Anika said with great pride, "Come on, it is confirmed who won. Now the punishment that was decided should be carried out." Saying this, Anika caught hold of Kamini's wrist, and Anika gave the same glass of juice to Kamini and asked her to drink it. Kamini angrily shook Anika's hand, due to which the glass of juice fell down. Kamini was burning with anger and said, "How can this happen? How have you changed so much?" And then, hearing the sound of glass breaking, Gautam and Anika's stepmother Manisha came running there. As soon as she saw him there, Kamini started acting poor and saying, "Look, Mom and Dad, Anika wants to spoil my birthday party by coming to my birthday party. I just asked her how she lost her weight and she started telling me, 'Now I am much more beautiful than you. What is your status in front of me?'" And as soon as she said this, Kamini started crying hysterically. Before Anika could say anything in defense, like always, Gautam started scolding Anika without knowing the truth. "Stop it now, Anika. It's too much drama. How much more drama will you do to sign a divorce paper? Let's go inside the house. I have to talk to you about something important." Saying this, Gautam and Manisha held Anika's hand and took her inside. As soon as he enters the house, Gautam closes the door and, without expressing any happiness of meeting his daughter after 6 years and talking directly about the issue, Gautam starts talking about the issue. "Look, Anika, what's done is done. What will you gain by troubling us further? Please sign these 2 papers." When Anika looked, there were 2 papers and a pen lying on the center table of the room. Anika was a little shocked to hear this. She had come here to sign her divorce papers. Then, what were these other papers about? As if Gautam had heard Anika's thoughts, he said, "Actually, after getting a divorce from you, that is, I and your new mother, want Kunal and Kamini to get married. Kunal also has no objection to this marriage. And Kamini already liked Kunal. Kunal's grandfather has only one wish." Saying this, Gautam cleared his throat, as if he was gathering courage to say something further, and finally Gautam told her the thing, for which he had been calling Anika since morning and asking her to come to his house. Had been. Coming to the real point, Gautam said, "Anika, actually after your mother's death, her pharma company, which was in your name, give it to your younger sister Kamini as a wedding gift. Son, I got all the documents prepared. You just sign." Hearing this, Anika kept looking at Gautam for some time. She was wondering whether her father had really said something which she did not want to believe even after hearing it. What's more, she could never have imagined that her father could stoop so low to maintain relations with the Dogra family. Even though Anika felt a little weak for a moment, she controlled herself and looked at the papers kept on the table. Without saying anything, Anika moved towards the papers, picked up the pen, and after thinking something, she quickly started signing the pages of the divorce paper. Seeing this, Gautam and Manisha heaved a sigh of relief as they felt that Anika had agreed to sign all the papers. But after signing the divorce papers, she slowly picked up the papers of her mother's company and said, "I have nothing in this world to call my own except this company. Sorry, but I can't give it to you in this company." Anika politely refuses and leaves from there. Gautam and Manisha could not believe that Anika, who till now had silently accepted every word of their father, had flatly refused to obey him today. Anika's stepmother Manisha runs after Anika and stops her and says, "Why are you bent on ruining us, Anika? By becoming an unmarried mother, you have already brought us so much respect in the society. Was that less? Now, do you want to ruin your sister's life too?" Ignoring Manisha's words, Anika was about to come out of the main gate of the house when Kamini stood in front of her and said, "What did you think? If you don't name that company in my name, Kunal will not marry me. We are here. Yours. Kunal wants to marry me because he likes me and not because of your factory like he had to do with you, and you can't see all this because you are jealous of me since childhood." Anika said to Kamini with a sarcastic smile, "You have already shown the example of who is jealous of whom. And as for the question since childhood, you have a habit of snatching everything of mine, be it nice clothes or nice toys. Well, you used to keep those sandals. It seems that you have not lost that habit. You want to marry the boy whom I divorced? So, no problem, but the company is there. I can't give." In childhood, everyone used to take advantage of Anika, but despite this, she never uttered a word. Perhaps that is why everyone must have thought that even now Anika would be taken advantage of by coaxing her, talking about the society and her sister's future. Can be taken advantage of, but no one knew that not only Anika's body, her mind, her thoughts, everything had changed in these 6 years. Today, seeing Anika spoiling everyone's wishes like this, everyone was deeply shocked. "We're in." Kamini was hearing such sharp words from Anika's mouth for the first time, and now Kamini's temper was at its peak. She growled and said to Anika, "What do you think you are? If you have lost weight, have you learned to control your tongue? No matter what you say, I was more beautiful than you yesterday, and I will always be more beautiful than you. I will be better than you in looks too. And I will become a doctor in a few years ahead of you in studies. Kunal cannot come back to you except a girl like me." Even Kamini did not know why Kunal's words had come out of her mouth. But Anika also smiled at his statement and said, "So let's make another bet?" After hearing these words of Anika, I don't know why, Kamini's confidence suddenly decreased because somewhere she knew the truth. She had seen the new look of Anika and was also aware of Kunal's nature, and suddenly Kunal's voice came from outside the main gate of the house. "Where is that fat lady who made me wait for 2 hours at the airport? Today I will not leave her."